Hi everyone. Today I want to continue analyzing the Bitcoin prices the last days when we have been analyzing the consolidation about this area, and then in the worst case scenario just touching the yellow line as a support, and then from there actually we have been just going up until the price 110, which is completely normal to have this stop when you have already a previous all-time high, which now I'm expecting to probably just hold just for a little bit, but not too long, because our time is already quite indicating that we either consolidate a little bit or going up more. But as the daily say, I guess we would go higher than this price in the next week, as we have been just analyzing before. In any case, checking the 4-hour time frame, in any case, in the next days we will have a retracement, either a consolidation in this blue line, just waiting for the time to cool off a little bit and then continue with the leg upwards, or going to search this yellow line in the 4-hour time, which is will be in the next days. If you still know inside, this will be a perfect entry, which by the time probably would be around the 107, 105, 106, 500 more or less. So keep an eye on it, because we're helping predicting the price pretty good actually, as you can see. And I want to show you something as well, because in the last video I also was bringing up Twitter from Crypto Robber, where he was one of the ones I found. He was actually having this really realistic, or let's call it conservative, price prediction for the last leg of the bull market. But before that, I just wanted to remind you that if you want to, if in any case you want to just go long or go short when the market pumps or dumps, whether you're bullish or bearish, you can just trade in Bitcoin, and you can also help the channel to grow. It also give you all the tools to trade in a smart way, but remember always to have a risk management first. Let me show you as well something about Kevin. I don't really follow much what he have to say, but this is really interesting because aligned with the prediction from the last, let me show you, from the last summer actually. I have it pinned here, and here you can see this last leg. Well, at the time we were around 66, so we were just touching previous all-time high. That was, let me see, yeah, it was in July 2024. What I was mentioning the last Elliott wave, in order to reach the price around 125 at the time with the old consolidation we have. And he actually pointing to this parabolic curve pattern, which also make a lot of sense as well. We already passed forward these phases, the base 1, the 2, and the 3. After that, we have this big leg up from the 3 to the 4, which make completely sense. We were around the 66 to the 105,000, then we dropped to the 75, and now we're just waiting to have the last one. It don't gonna be exactly after the line he just draw here, the green line, but if you can see again, it go around the 125, 135, and the 145, something I have been mentioned before since last year actually, but also in my videos before. So it's something to keep in mind, because with the time that we have on Bitcoin, we see in the weekly. Let's see, yeah, we have, yeah, we just need to keep tracking how the price and the institutions are coming to the space and what they're buying and which amount of they're buying, to see if we're gonna have a higher RSR than in this one, or if we're gonna top out. But I think we're gonna break and try to reach the one before. But at the time, weekly, this is something to keep in mind. We're gonna create this. Potentially, it's not sure. I mentioned before as well, we probably could be also making this pattern will be not that bullish for the Bitcoin price. We will need to determine it as well with more indicators once we're there, but it's just something to keep an eye on it, because it's gonna come a lot of news, like the price gonna go to 300 to 500,000. Believe me, I do also think that gonna be at that price, but no, this bull market is it's a little bit difficult to see that it would be there. I've mentioned before, which is something really insane that many people don't really pay attention. And there are many companies that have been just getting BTC in their balance sheet. The MicroStrategy of Asia, Metaplanet, is aiming to acquire over 210,000 BTC by the end of 2027. This is really massive, because they're trying to get all this amount of BTC when actually the supply on the exchange are just being reduced every time. So also at a certain point, the sellers, it will run out of coins. And yeah, it's something like I wonder how this is going to continue, because that's also the reason why we just need to keep an eye in every indicator of possible, because the price is just going to go parabolic from now on. And something funny that happen all the time to the companies that they just getting BTC. They look at this. The share just jump after the 5.4 billion plan to buy BTC. They went up to 12% in trading sessions, which is insane. That happened always. So if you have a company that is dying, just start to accumulate BTC, put it in a news, and you're gonna start to have a new recovery. Also, something else I wanted to mention. I don't know how true is this, but let me see if we can find something really quick on the internet. But it's really insane that Airbnb is looking to have BTC. I mean, it would be insane if they really do, because you always hear a lot of news, and at the end it's not really true. But I mean, it would be so easy for them just to do it if a Stripe already having it in their platform, which many of the big companies like Airbnb use Stripe for processing payments. So it's no far from now to be accepting BTC or USDT or whatever stablecoin or whatever other crypto. Let's see if we have a coin days, Apple days, Airbnb amount is looking to talking crypto to stable coins. Yeah, this is from 5 years ago, 4 days ago. Let me see. This is just say about stable coins, I guess. Let's see. Let's search for Bitcoin. No, not really. Near your base, coin days, no. No, this is just for stable coins. But like I'm saying, it doesn't really make a big difference if Stripe already have it in the platform. Anybody who have implemented Stripe already, they can just go easily and get again and start processing crypto payment at any time. The other big news is about this company, Core Technology. I don't really know them. Let me know if you know them in the comment below. I would like to know more about them. But they're also pushing to have this treasury with 118 BTC and plans 300 million raised to acquire more Bitcoin. This is I don't know, it's like the price actually have not really show all those news, because if you see, let me see, 2024 or 2025, no, starting from here, we have done nothing. Have been just consolidating in 10% up, if you want to see it like this. And we have all these companies that have been just acquire a lot of BTC, or they're planning to acquire a lot of BTC. There is less and less BTC in exchanges, and even though we have not seen any pump, so before you can see we did have a lot of crazy news last bull market, and we were just pumping as hell. From here, let me see, this is 27, yeah. Imagine, we have 800, 900%, and now we just have 10. I mean, it's really unrealistic. I don't think we're gonna have the 800 or 900% again, but if we at least, let's put it from the lower, let's say, well, lower was like around 25, 15, but what's 15? But let's put it around 25, and we go to 150. That would be 400. Okay, that's realistic. Also, like 135, I have been saying, would be 390. Yeah, I think that that is possible. I mean, also no more than last time, which every year, every bull market is gonna be less return that Bitcoin is gonna be given, but 319, I think that is pretty realistic. Let's see if we get more. I mean, I don't get mad. It would be nice to have it as well. Let me see, there's something else I want to show you as well, and it's about this other prediction from Colin Talks Crypto, which is about this and the lately we're forming this massive inverted head and shoulder, and the target would be around 150. This is when we start again to have all these targets or predictions of the price that would be in more or less into a realistic price, but you're gonna start to hear when the market starts to heat up more and more and more, insane predictions. 200 will be nothing. We're gonna hear 500,000, 1 million. So just keep the head cold and keep an eye to the channel and to basis indicator like the timing, these values I was showing to you, and the RSI, because I don't really think that's gonna happen. At least there's something really crazy come, but so far not. Like I was also but this could happen. 150 is there's no far from our target. 135, 145, 25 start dropping. I started selling some chips from 125. I think that would be fine, not all, but a small percentage, and then on the way up you start to just de-risk and de-risk and de-risk. Also something that I was mentioning before, and also Udi bring up, is like people, they don't really understand how liquidity works, and think of the Bitcoin that has just to go up in the same piece forever. It took 100 billion of sailor boys to move the price to 90 to 110k, So another 100 billion would take us to 130. Here we go again, no? Just like before the market hit up, we have these realistic targets, no? Then we will see what's gonna happen next. When we reach the 130 or 125, we're gonna start having the 500,000 to 150. Now we start to hear already the 200. I'm gonna show you in a little bit. Let's just continue reading and say this isn't how it works, no? Sellers are running out of coins, think. And that is so true. It is so true. And maybe the leg up gonna be higher, but we just need to keep an eye to the indicators, because it is so insane the pressure we're gonna have, because minings are mining less every 4 years, plus the pressure of the institution that are coming, plus the retail is this not here. When you see statistics, social statistics, they are still not here. They will come, and the DEX, the SEX, they are already low in BTC. So it's gonna be quite interesting to just continue analyzing the price and see how much from now we explode. This is the other news I was mentioning from Bernstein, which reaffirmed that 200,000 is on the way. They have a really high conviction, but conservative, they say. That is why you need to be careful, no? It's conservative. So 500,000, it's alright, but 1 million will be the best. Based on accelerating institutional investment and structural market evolution. Yes, that's true, and it can be possible to happen, but you need to continue observing the indicators. If we continue just going up, then down, consolidating, then up and down, then maybe. But checking on the weekly already with the Elliott waves, it's gonna be a little very difficult to swallow that we're going to 150 to 250 by this year. But who knows? I mean, there is only possibilities, and can be possibilities in crypto all the time, that we can just go up and up and up, like the dominance is doing, which is actually no good at all for the altcoins. They have been since, oh my god, since October 2022, we have been just going up and up and up and up and up. And potentially, because we're still missing this leg from Bitcoin that I was pointing here, the last leg to the 125, that means that the dominance will go up again as well. And it will make a lot of sense. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it could. That go from the 60 all the way to 70, break this part just to hook everybody on Bitcoin, and then start to go down. And that would be the really nice situation for everybody who is holding altcoins, which I guess is a lot of people, 70%, 80%, I don't know. Everybody have some. I hope you don't have more than BTC, because this time BTC has been performing much better than altcoins compared to the previous bull run. So in the weekly, we still have the chance to go up. I don't really see it dropping or breaking the yellow line anytime soon. When we see a drop like this, and then we try to retest or go up of the orange line, and we don't make it, that would be the perfect entry to any altcoin if you want to overperform on Bitcoin. But for now, I just will continue keeping an eye to see if we break all the way to the 70s just to retest this area, and then once we start to fail like this, it's gonna be the incredible, amazing altcoin season that everybody is expecting. But of course, it won't just appear when everybody is expecting, because otherwise it made no sense. Everybody would make money, and the market doesn't really work like this. Some people need to lose in order to other to win. It's like that. It's just logical. So you need just to be aware of that. And let's see now in the daily. Let me check that. We still have some time, but we also have a big resistance in this area. So my guess that we're gonna bounce in this area again, exactly what the Bitcoin price was doing, retesting this orange line, and from then maybe make a tiny red valid over here, or make a double green valid, which we will see what is gonna bring up. But the altcoins, I don't think they're gonna do any better in Bitcoin terms. So just keep an eye. It's something to really be patient, pretty much, like I have been saying all the time. If you see the top meme coins, and it's really crazy because they have been all the time performing so good in the past months, but now they're like, there is nobody paying attention to them. And that's why I think that little by little, when these start to drop more coins that are not into the branch of meme, they will start to pump as hell. You can see already in Ethereum is trying to, yeah, this is perfect. This is just gonna go up in the next days. We're breaking this resistance, no, nicely consolidating in the daily, touching this orange line, and now we just need to be patient for the next weeks. And here is where we're going. Probably to look around this area, the 3000. Let's say 3000, 3300. And if you compare to the ETH Sol, you will see that Sol is already breaking down, which that is positive for Ethereum, and we can see already and the normal Ethereum USD chart, no? So if you have some, congrats to you for don't selling below, down here in the 1300, and for being patient, you're gonna be rewarded. Also, and going back to the memes, you can see all from the max for the all-time high, they're completely down. Nobody's paying attention. Nobody's talking about bonk anymore. Everybody was just screaming bonk, and that's going to go to $1, even if that is impossible, which is fully diluted valuation. But that's what people love to hear. So also with dog on Bitcoin is half of the price it used to be before. That was in last year. Popcat was another one. Dog is completely down, 34 cents, and the maximum was 167. Pepe as well. I don't say they don't gonna pump, but they pump already. The attention was too much on it, and now it needs to rotate to the other altcoins. The only one I was saying that is performing pretty good, like trying to reach a new all-time high, is the SPX 6900. I don't know exactly if they have any news. Here you cannot really see it, just in. And the other market cap, I think, and the website. But here, as you can see, yeah, it's the only one who's doing pretty good this time. But then all are down, or they are just consolidating. But from the previous high, they're completely down. So anyway, it's good to see that. But I think all that money is just flowing all the way to Bitcoin, and then we just need to wait to see how the dominance is just falling in order to see the real altcoins up. Now, just to finish, just want to finish with this new, which is completely insane, from the European Central Bank. They wrote this the 30th of November 2022. Mr. Ulrich Binzai in Jugendschaft. They have been just dumping and talking shit about BTC, and they have been just punished by the market. Let me show you when was that. That was the 30th November, right here. Dumb goat. You see, I think the Shaft is. Let me see how's it called. This idiot. It's called Mr. Shaft. That's probably another meaning. But you have actually Shaft. This is goat, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. You have actually exactly the same dumb face. Well, actually, I have cuting. But this idiot, look at my god. If you're gonna be listening to this kind of idiot, and try to be just smarter just because they have this nice suit or whatever, you're gonna be completely rip off. So just don't pay attention. Look what it was mentioning. This was in November the 30th. We have the last stand of BTC, and that was actually the last chance to get on the board. Imagine that you listen to them. From then, we have been 500% easily. Oh my god! I hope these guys are not working anymore there. But I mean, Germany just sold like 50, so I guess they're in charge of that stupidness as well. But if you have been following the channel, well, I didn't have the channel by the time, but if since I have been projecting, I mean, you have been doing more money than them. And yeah, let's just keep an eye on what the price say in the next days. And like I was saying, just to resume a little bit, in the next few days, if we have any drop or any consolidation around these 107, 108, or even 206, that would be the perfect entry to go in. Keep an eye on it, and remember that you can just use Bitcoin if you want to go long or short, and that will help a lot to the channel. Subscribe, like, and see you next time.